and make the play, or wipe across and make the play. But when you're playing a gap control defense, you need to be able to shed the blocker and make the play. This is pretty good, especially in no pads, to establish free arm and so forth. Okay, let me show you real quick. Let's get on the same page here. As far as what we're doing at San Diego State is gap control. Okay, give you a little background first to what San Diego State's doing defensively. I heard somebody mention this earlier. First thing, great players are going to make you a great coach, period. Okay? There are not too many guys out there that can beat somebody, can out-coach somebody if they don't have as good a talent. Okay? That's a given. Now, I'm not saying that great coaching isn't going on. That's not true. Because I think when you get to our level, and especially in California, high school, college, and so forth, everybody's pretty good. Okay? And you got to know what the hell you're doing, or you're not going to win very many football games. But great players are going to make you a better coach than a bad player. Okay? When I was defensive coordinator at San Diego State, I was cleaning out my desk for some reason the other day. Looking at our depth chart that we had in 1988. Well, in 1988, those kids played hard. They weren't very good football players, most of them. Okay. I don't think there might have been one kid that could start for us today. Now the league's getting better. The scholarship limitation going down a year from now. It's going to be 85. Used to be 95. That means there's 100 kids that used to be in a Pac-10 that aren't going to be in a Pac-10 anymore. Okay, and those kids are going to be filtering down to some other program. It's going to make everybody even more even. So this 6-win rule to get into a bowl game is going to bite some more and more people because it's going to be very even. Anyway, when Al came in, he wanted to establish a simple scheme. Okay, we played a college, well, really a stack 4 the first year. It was an even 4 down, 2 inside linebackers. We moved to the hot front, and this is what it looked like. I'll just draw it up quick because when we watch the film. Nose tackle, head up. Okay, he's a 2-gap player in this front. 2-gap meaning he's going to attack the shit out of center. Okay, he plays backside. If the center base blocks him, he knocks shit out of him. If the ball goes right, he's going to go left. Okay, if the ball goes left, he's going to go right. He's playing backside of the play. That's what our 2-gap means. Okay. When I was at the University of Washington, we had a nose tackle by the name of Cliff Thea. He played it somewhere in the desert in junior college. He was about a 300-pounder, one of the first 300-pound defensive linemen. He was a stud, but he just knocked the shit out of the center. But he 2-gap. At that time, we were playing a 50 like they're doing the same. He's 2-gap and place up. Okay, that's really hard. You guys know with a defensive lineman to knock the shit out of somebody right over you and then play into that gap. He's got to be a really good football player. Okay? The nose tackle's job is knock the shit out of center, play backside, keep the center off the back, unless he's on a movement. Okay? We'll talk about then blocking schemes and so forth as we go. Here are the 2 ends. They are true up-the-field players. Okay? They're running straight up the field. Penetrating the gap, keying the guards, reacting to the guards' block, and we'll talk about block reactions with them in a minute too. Okay. The stunt backer, he playing head up. Okay. He's got to see gap. Now obviously, stud has C, He's got B. He's got the other B. Nose has backside A. Stud backer is, he can either be in a 2-point or he can be in a 3-point. We got to the point this year where we played him a lot more in a 3-point because he wasn't a dropper very often. When he did drop, obviously he had to play some 2-point because when he dropped you couldn't always play him in it up when he dropped. The Willie backer was outside. He's also a C-gap player. The inside backer had to play side A, and he's mirroring the running back. Okay? If it's a one-back situation, the dime backer, he covered down on the H, corner out here, corner here, the strong safety right here, free safety here. Okay, man free is the base coverage out of that. If they come in 2 backs, then the dime backer, all he does is slide inside. Let's say they're in I. That means this guy is in here. That means the dime backer would slide inside and he becomes a true inside linebacker. Okay? You can play zone out of that. You can play the base zone we played out of that is dropping the Willie backer, rushing the stud backer. Problem is, there comes a point in time when you're going to have to drop the stud. Okay? So you got to figure out if it's important enough for you to give up a weak side flat once in a while and always bring the stud, or figure out some type of communication where the stud would drop. What we did when we had a tray set, 3 wideouts to one side, tight end to the other, we gave a dead call, which meant the stud is on the dead side, he dropped, Willie rushed. Now, anyway, we're not really talking about coverage scheme here, so you can figure whatever you want to do. I don't know how many of you tried even playing a hot package, but in talking in terms of gap control, that's the base front. Now, when we played our even front, we did this. Stud didn't change, okay? Strong end didn't change. Nose moved off the center. Now he was a true gap player, okay? Playing up the field. This end widened. He came off the corner, but he spilled everything since we had a force player outside him, which was the dime. The Willie backer just moved back to a true inside backer spot. He had the B gap. Yeah. This backer had the A already. It's been established, strong safety out here like this. So it's really a 4-4, okay? Free safety, corner, corner, okay? Gap control, it's the same, okay? The gaps are really the same. Okay. Now let's talk about some blocking schemes, okay? And how we're going to start at the beginning, base block, okay? Now, not all your defensive linemen are going to have a base block. Your 2 ends, if they're playing in a hot package, or your end in the nose, if they're playing in the even package, they're just getting up the field. So they don't have a base block. They're running, they're penetrators, okay? But your stud's going to have a base block. So it goes back to all the things you were talking about when you're establishing ball off the line, or man off the line, hands inside, elbows inside, attacking the numbers and so forth. Okay, you're talking about the controlling a gap. So if I'm stud, and like it shows right here, I've got my right arm free. Okay, I'm attacking. When the ball moves, I'm attacking straight up the field. If he comes straight off at me, I'm going to attack his sternum with my hands. I want this palm on one number and this palm on the other. I want my fingers into his armpits. I want my elbows locked up, locked out, my thumbs up, so I'm bench pressing him here. Okay, I can control his shoulders by the push-pull here, okay? The drill we were doing with the punching stick, I'm going to push-pull. I'm not going to let him turn me down the field. I want to keep my outside arm free, but I don't want to run around. I want to attack straight up the field. I want to knock him off the ball because I want that ball to have to bounce if it comes outside, okay? If he tries to turn me in, I want to push-pull to the inside. I want to pull with my outside hand and push with my inside hand, and I want to stuff him down the line of scrimmage and make the play with his butt. Okay? If I've got C gap, the ball's going in B, I want to stuff his ass into the B gap and make the ball bounce out to me. I don't want to cross face. I'm not playing that type of front. I'm playing gap control. We tell them, if you ever cross face, you better make the play, because that's not your gap. You're playing a gap control. So that's the essence of the base block, okay? Turn out or reach. Here's a little more on the reach in the next page here that you got. Reach and veer, okay, inside, and then we just talked about that. Now, I bet you if we pulled this room, we'd have several different ways of playing the double team. And you know what? I think they're all probably right. A few years, I've changed my way of teaching the double team, defeating the double team block a number of times. Okay? Offensive linemen are getting smarter. Okay? And it's all started with this zone blocking where they get on a track and go, and if you disappear or if you fall down on the ground, you go up to the top. Okay, we don't, at San Diego State, our offense doesn't double team anymore. Okay? There's nothing, and I brought some tape of Hawaii because that's the basis of their offense is the double team on the big gap player. Okay? So we have to know how to defeat it, but we don't see it in practice ever. Okay? Now, what's a double team designed to do? Designed to knock you off the ball. Okay? If they can get you, the post and the drive, if they can get you knocked off the ball and driven into the linebacker, they've done their job. Okay? The way I used to teach it when I was at Montana State, I coached Tom's brother, Jimmy Misson. Well, we used to do it because we used to go over to Nebraska, and those guys had always taught attack the shit out of post block, just like it's a drive block, okay? Like it's a base block. Push, pull, you feel pressure from either the inside or the outside, you hang on to the guy, and you sit on the feet of the guy that's trying to post you out of there, okay? Make a pie. If you let go of this guy, he goes up to the next level, so you can't let go of him. Okay, you have to make a pile and take them both down. Well, you got to be pretty big and strong to be able to do that, but you can kind of make a pile there. Okay, attack like tail turn, sit down on the feet of the guy that's trying to knock you out of there and make a pile. They're playing with 9, you're playing with 10. You ought to win that. Okay. Problem was getting this guy pulled down with you. Okay, that's harder than hell. Because as you attack here, and if you try to sit down on that guy, that offensive line is just pushing you down. He goes to the next level, and now you're reached. Okay? So what we've gone to is you're still attacking. Okay? Up the field. When you feel pressure, all you want to do is dip the inside or the play side, knee and shoulder, turn it right here, drive up through the seam. It's real easy to demonstrate on your kids. Stand up here a minute, you two guys. It's easy for me if you just stand shoulder to shoulder with no, I'm just kind of stand there, okay? If I'm going to try to split the seam, it's tougher and hell for me to do it like this, isn't it? Okay. But if I turn my shoulder using the same amount of force, see how easy it is for me to get through there? I didn't use any more force than either time. Here, there's too much body surface, okay? Here, I just turn it here. Now, I just kind of slide through there, kind of like a booger, okay? So if I'm attacking here like this, I feel pressure from here. What I want to do is try to turn it here. Drop that shoulder and knee. I want to push-pull on this guy to give me a little bit more room, okay? Tweak it here. But when I go down, what's this guy going to do? he's going to the next level. Okay, and this guy's going to try to bury me. So as I push full, as I tweak this here like this, all I want to do is pop up and drive through the seam and try to get up into it. Okay, that's the way we're going on the double team.
You usually grab the leg of the offensive player to pull through too?
I haven't. You know, it would probably work. Okay, all we're trying to do is tweak it. Since we're a penetrating team, okay, tweak it, drop the knee and shoulder, drive up through the seam, scramble up, make a play. What happens is, guys like that use a double team against us, they'll both be gone. Okay? Because when we go to the ground, drop to that knee, they think, uh-oh, he's dropping, trying to make a foul, we're going to go get the back. So you'll see our defensive ends making a lot of plays at the mesh point against option teams until they adjust it. Because we're penetrating, turning the shoulders, trying to not to get knocked off the ball. Obviously, that doesn't happen every time. Playing a good team like Hawaii, we get our asses knocked off the ball, too. You know, they're good football players. Any other questions on double team? This is the one that we see almost all the time now, the scoop or the zone. The next one. All they're trying to do with the post guy is slow you down long enough for the guy inside of you to reach it. Okay? And this is the way we see it against our team when they run their inside and outside zone a majority of the time. Our offense only really runs 3 plays. They run zone, block the same way, it's inside or outside zone. That might just high reach a little further on the outside zone, but it's the same thing. They run crazy, which is counter. Everybody blocks down, backside pull, and they run draw. That's it. 3 plays. Okay? Helps to have a guy like Marshall carrying the ball if you run 3 plays, because he's led the nation in rushing the last 2 years. That's pretty good. Only running 3 plays. It's coaching, though. Paid to coach the shit out of him this year, didn't it? Huh? Okay. If we're playing this front right here, and they're going to run, that's one back, and they're going to run zone strong, and let's just say it's outside zone. What they'll do here is just bang him long enough for this tackle to come over and reach him. Okay? Then this guy goes up to the strong safety. They call that a take block. Okay? So, how's the stud treat that? Well, what he can't do is get knocked off the ball by that tight end. So as you're attacking him, now he's playing a C gap, okay? So as he's trying to get up the field, and that tight end is attacking him, if he feels pressure from the tackle right now, he'll probably turn his shoulders and try to split the seam up the field, thinking it's a double team, okay? Because some teams, like Colorado State, in order to get at our stud, they'll go tackle over and just have 2 tackles there and try to double team the shit out of us and run that power football scheme. Anyway, it's important for him now to hang on to that tight end or that tackle if it's a tackle over, attack the shit out of him, use your hands. When he starts to lead, just hang on to him, let him pull you by. Okay? What the problem is, defensive linemen, the studs, what they'll feel that guy leave, they'll get their attention right back here inside. The tackle's already reached them. Okay, so as you attack inside, you want to attack, try to tweak his shoulders, and try to split the seam, and you feel him leave. You want to try to run to the outside with him. Okay? Now, when they run this block right here for the end shouldn't be that tough. Okay? That play should have to turn back inside because this guy's doing this. Okay? This guy, in order to stop that penetration now, that's actually a pull. Okay, on the outside zone. That guard would take that step. He's pulling like this, and all he wants to do is try to get that outside knee, and it's just like a reach block. Okay? So that's not really a scoop for him. He's penetrating up the field. You see in that guard's head's coming to him, just run away from it to the outside. These guys right here, he's trying to do the same block on the nose as the stud was doing, or as the tight end tackle was doing on stud. Through that shoulder up to that level. And his is a little bit different now. He's going to attack the shit out of that center. Attack it. As the center starts to leave, he's not going to let him leave. Okay? He's going to pull him down. He's going to tackle him. He's going to do whatever he has to because the backer's free. Okay? Don't have a movement on. The backer's free. You pull him down, not let him get there. Okay? That way, now they either got to, this guard has got to knock the center free by punching him in the back or pull around. Okay? The Chargers, a couple regimes ago, that's the way they used to pick up all their stunts. Okay? The offensive linemen used to set foot to foot. They'd set here like this, and if they ran a stunt inside or outside, if your man went inside, my guy goes inside, all I'm going to do is knock shit out of my own guy, hip to hip, bounce him into the inside so that I can take the guy, he can take the guy who looped and I can get the guy who was on him before. So it's the same basis right here, the way the offensive lineman goes. You just knock him past, and then this guy is going to cut him off. Okay? So where does this play usually break against us? Usually breaks, depends on who's running it. If it's the inside zone,